Hello everybody, I'm very glad to present the case study of Austria of the team of Michael Schratz from the University of Innsbruck. The case study is called Teacher Leadership at the New Middle School, in short from NMS. And at the very beginning I want to, it's important to let you know that the new middle school was a really big project, and it had much change to the Austrian educational system, and more than 1,000 schools of Austria, all over Austria, were concerned. The teacher leaders are only one aspect of the activities, but they're very important for the equity and learning. Yeah. So first I give you an overview of my presentation. I describe in the first topic the introduction of the new NS, New Middle School. Then I pick out in the third topic the teacher leaders. In the third topic I describe the NMS house. And at least finally I summarize the impact of the activities on equity and learning. Let's start with the first topic, the introduction of the new middle schools. 2008 NMS was piloted by the Ministry of Education, and 4 years later the new middle school was mandated by Austrian Parliament. It concerned 1,072 lower secondary schools of Austria, and it had two main goals, namely enhancing equity and learning outcomes for all. What are the aims of the reform in detail? In detail, one wanted to shift the decision on future educational career of youth to the end of lower secondary school at the age of 14 instead of the age of 9 to 10. And the second aim was to improve reaching and sustaining excellence in student achievement by fostering innovative learning environments. How was the reform done? The most important was the strategy. Instead of implementing an innovation program of experts, top-down, the reform worked with activating of the energy of the field. The framework of the NMS was communicated centrally, but the dialogues of the stakeholders in the regions were the driving force to give the NMS a face. As Austria has a very complex educational system with federal and national levels, it was a big challenge to introduce the NMS. And I give you only little information about the whole reform process, occurring all system levels from macro till micro system. So I come to the second topic, the teacher leaders. They are called learn designers. Every lower secondary school has a learn designer. This role did not exist before the reform. The learn designers work in different roles. They, as colleagues, work in the system like all teachers of the school. As a learn designer, they work at the system as a part of the developing team of the school, and on the other side supporting colleagues in doing a new day-to-day practice for equity and learning. So learn designers act as a change agent together with the principals of the schools to arrive at a new learning culture for more equity and learning. And they have a special expertise in areas of curriculum and instructional development, so-called learn design, so the name. How do they come to their expertise? They get a 2 years qualification program consisting of 12 European credits. They visit national and regional learn ateliers for networking and qualification purposes. In the third topic, I describe the instruction, the special instruction, which is visualized in the house of the new middle school. Diversity is the foundation of the school. All people are different, but in different way. The instruction is competence-orientated, and the pillars of instructional development are backward design principles, differentiation, instruction, and corresponding assessment. These 6 development areas fostering change in learning culture realized by each teacher, each lesson, each subject of NMS. The NMS gets supported in several ways. The learn ateliers I've already talked about for networking and qualification, but they have also online platform and NMS online library. So I come to the end. I want to try to work out why and how the reform NMS had impact to equity and learning. And the preliminary results show that NMS have a positive impact on reducing differences in several ways. Most important is the paradigm shift in the system, the whole system, capacity building instead of traditional management, which builds on command and control. And the reform reached the classroom door, especially because of the learn designers, who act in a shared leadership together with school leaders and colleagues to develop a school and instruction culture for equity and learning. The House of NMS was created with the 6 development areas fostering the change in learning culture. And there are more effects which I will not describe. So at the end, one might summarize, the reform approach is a good way of bringing innovation for equity and learning into a system from macro until micro level and reaching student learning. Thank you.